Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Guys, if you want to drop your next 50 pounds and maybe you're having a hard time right now, maybe you're not sure exactly what steps you need to take to lose the weight and keep the weight off. And because I see a lot of people who lose weight, but they don't know how to, deal with the fluctuation where they lose 5 pounds and they gain it back. Lose 20 pounds and they gain it back. Somebody give y'all some game on what steps to take to drop it and keep it off for good. All right. Number one, the first thing is this. You got to stop relying on your workouts. I see a lot of people who just rely on just going to the gym, doing a ton of cardio, lifting weights, and they wonder why the scale ain't going down. They wonder why when they look in the mirror, they're like, damn, my stomach ain't going down. Guys, I want to prove a point to you guys. One of my coaching clients named Kataka, he down to over 50-something pounds. I think he down like 55 pounds now. Shouts out to Kataka, man. He's been inside my coaching program for a minute now. But when he first joined, he worked in law enforcement, super busy, didn't have a whole lot of time. And he was honest and transparent with me. He was like, Coach, man, I don't have time to really hit the gym right now, but I definitely want to start losing some weight. Right? He wanted to lose some weight. And so I was like, you really don't even have to work out to lose weight if you eat properly. And so I put him on a nutrition plan, built him out like what to eat and how much to eat and how often, all that good stuff. First 12 weeks, he dropped 21 pounds. Just pure nutrition. That he didn't even step a foot in the gym. All right. That's how important proper nutrition is. Okay. And then after his first 12 weeks working with me, then we went ahead and put on the workout side of things. Like he was able to work out 3 days a week. So I had him hitting the gym, lifting, plus some cardio, and he went on to drop 50 plus pounds. Okay. And so I say all that to say, a lot of people they're neglecting the fact that, since I'm working out, I can eat what I want to eat. And I used to be that person too. I'd be going to the gym back when I used to be at Georgia State University before I really understood nutrition. I used to be in the gym sometimes 2 times a day. And I go home, I remember just looking in my bathroom mirror with my shirt off. I'm like, man, why I ain't getting more cut up and defined? Like, what's happening here? I'm strong as hell, but I don't really see the definition I really want to see. To be able to see that tone, like a lot of y'all say, or that definition, you have to drop body fat, guys. You have to drop body fat. Like you can have the best workout plan in the world, but if you don't drop body fat from nutrition, you're going to have a hard time. Okay. And so I want to give y'all what I call the 5 levels of nutrition. Okay. Because I've been doing this over 15 years now, and I've just broken this thing down to a science to where it makes sense to me and I make it make sense for you guys as well. Okay. And so what I find is a lot of people are in one of these 5 levels. A lot of times if you're having a hard time losing weight, you're probably in like level 1. So level 1 is just mindfulness. A lot of people, this is what I mean by mindfulness. When I be posting content like the videos, I'll be talking about, hey, eat this, never eat that. Hey, eating this is big ass stomach behavior, right? There are some people who are not even eating mindfully. They're just eating pure junk food all day. They eat the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Then they drinking sweet tea. Then they drinking lemonade. Then they eating junk food all the time. And they wonder why not only are they getting bigger, but they have health issues, okay? That means you're not even eating mindfully. But being mindful around what you're eating, your conscience and your common sense is telling you, if I keep eating this junk food, my health and my weight's going to get worse. Okay. And so mindfulness is just knowing, hey man, I need to be eating, real food from time to time. I need to be eating fruits. I need to be eating vegetables. I need to be eating proteins. That's mindfulness. But I think we've all seen a vegan or a vegetarian, they still be overweight, but they're being mindful with the type of foods they're eating. And so people be like, how in the hell is that even possible? They're eating healthy all the time. Well, this is level 2. If you're being mindful of what you're eating, but you're having a hard time losing weight, it's because you haven't went to level 2 nutrition, which is calorie intake. In other words, energy management. That means if you're overweight and you're having a hard time losing weight, you're eating a surplus. You're eating too much calories. Even if it's healthy food, your ass ain't losing weight. You're not going to drop the belly fat or lose the weight, okay? And so it's very, very important that you not only eat healthy, at least 80 to 90% of the time. You don't have to be perfect. We ain't trying to be bodybuilders. But at least 80 to 90% of the time, you do need to be eating healthy, guys. All right? Especially if you don't want to have the high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, the strokes, and the sleep apnea, all that kind of stuff. That comes from not even being mindful with what you're eating, okay? And so to lose weight, now we have to take mindful eating to mindful eating within a certain calorie intake. You do that, you will lose weight. Just at level 2, you'll start losing weight, guys. You see, you could just see people at over on Instagram. We got I put my hands up in the balloons. I don't know what the hell just happened. But anyway, you see people who go to the doctor, right? Or like the hospital. They have to spend time in the hospital. And sometimes these people lose weight. They may not even be super sick or anything. You see that when they leave the hospital, they've lost weight. And a lot of times that happens because they're not eating as much while they're in the hospital. they not even voluntarily eating less, but the hospital is just feeding them less food, feeding them less calories. And so the person ends up losing weight. All right. That's why that happens. Okay. And so you have to, this is how important nutrition, your calorie intake is. You get this right, you'll lose weight. But if you want to lose weight and not just lose everything, because when you lose weight, you lose fat and you lose muscle and everything. We want to keep the muscle. Okay. You want to look toned. You want to be cut up, lean, whatever it is. You want to be able to see your abs. You want to be able to see the definition in your legs and your arms and your chest. The next phase is calories and protein. Okay. Because protein is one of the most important macros to help you build muscle and increase your metabolism, which will help you burn more fat. Okay. That's level 3 in the nutrition process. When most people join my coaching program, this is where I start most people at. I map out their calorie intake, the foods they need to eat, and also their protein intake. This is how my clients are dropping 20, 25, 30, 35 pounds in just 12 weeks. All right. And then after their first 12 weeks, I start teaching them more about macros and things like that. And they go on to drop, 50 plus. All right. But you can drop 50 plus just with protein and calorie intake. You don't even ever have to know macros. That's what you hear a lot of bodybuilders doing, but it's so rigid, it can become very overwhelming for somebody who's just getting started. That's why you really don't need it. The average person don't even need to know everything about macros, but it's levels to this shit, which macros is level 4, which we have our proteins, we have our carbs, and we have our fats, okay? Now, the percentages that we eat of these things are going to be different. Like some people prefer to eat a little bit more protein. Then other people prefer to eat a little bit more carbs. But at the end of the day, as long as you stay within the right calorie intake of dropping body fat, it doesn't matter what your portions look like, you still gonna lose weight. It's just gonna be a lot more efficient because you're bringing in, you understand the percentage of proteins that you're bringing in, carbs that you're bringing in, and fats that you're bringing in. Supportive to it aligns with your food preferences. And, the way your body agrees with food. Like I remember at one point I tried the keto diet and y'all know, if you know, keto diet, it has a very high fat percentage, right? It's like 70 or 75% fats. My gut did not agree with that. I started having acid reflux and all kind of stuff. And so I stopped it. And so you got to understand and be intuitive around, okay, what does my body agree with, but also not only what do you prefer, but what does your body agree with the best? You see what I'm saying? And so that's the 4th level. And then the 5th level is just essentials. And what I mean by essentials is you build it into a lifestyle. You understand the macros. You understand the calories. You understand what foods are going to allow for you to thrive. Like what foods are going to give you energy. What foods are going to boost your libido. Like some of y'all don't even know these type of things. You're like, damn, why my libido going down, man? Why I'm having struggles in the bedroom? It's the type of food you're eating. If you change up the foods that you eat and the percentage of the foods that you're eating, your energy will go up. Your libido will go up. You have more, your brain fog will go up. All those types of things, guys. A lot of how we eat affects our quality of life. if you're having headaches all the time, like for me, I used to have eczema all on my hands and feet. I used to have acid reflux all the time. And when I started to develop a healthy relationship with food, all that stuff went away. And I have abs year round. You see some of these trainers out here, they'll get cut up and then they'll bulk up and get fat. They'll get cut up, then bulk up and get fat. I'm like, who in the hell want to get fat? I want to stay fit year round. I want to have abs year round. I don't want to have to worry about getting fat. And so when you build a healthy relationship with food and you understand these essentials, you feel good year round and you look good year round. Okay? And so that's the first part. If you want to lose weight, you have to understand this part of it. Okay? These are things I teach inside my membership, inside my coaching program. The second thing, guys, you have to make dates with the weights. Your ass can't just be doing cardio. If all you doing is cardio, you might lose weight, but you're not going to be happy with how you're looking because you're not building muscle. You can't build your legs and your arms and your chest muscles and your shoulder muscles just doing treadmill, cycling, Stairmaster. You can't. That's cardio. I don't give a damn if you're doing a Stairmaster. That is not the same as doing a squat with weights or doing lunges or doing step-ups with weight. It's not the same, guys. That's cardio, okay? Playing basketball and, being active in your garden or cutting your grass. That is not cardio. That is physical activity. And so if you want to build your body to look the way you want it to look, to where your clothes fit good, when you take your clothes off, you're like, damn, I feel good about how I'm looking right now. You got to lift to build and tone and sculpt your body, to train your shoulders, train your arms, train your core, your chest, your back, your legs. Guys, stop skipping leg day. That's big ass stomach behavior. Your ass got to hit legs too. Don't be this guy with this swole ass upper body and little bit ass legs. Guys, you got to train everything if you want to be the total package. I know I want to be the total package. You got to train everything. And your ass go get exposed come summertime because you go be at the beach at the pool and everybody go see your little bit ass legs and they go be like, damn, you don't look right. Something ain't right there. You got to be the total package. All right. And so that's the second thing, because building muscle will build your metabolism up. That way you can burn more body fat. That's why it's very important. And also muscle is, I call it like the longevity organ, okay? Because the stronger you are and the more muscle you have as we age, it makes life so much easier. You still have a good quality of life. You don't want to mess around and get old in your 40s and 50s and 60s and you're like, damn, man, it's hard as hell getting up out this bed. Man, my knees, my feet are hurting because I'm trying to walk up steps. I'm trying to do things on a daily basis, but you can't really do them because you don't have the capacity to do it. You're tired because you're carrying all that extra weight. But if you were stronger and you leaned out from eating properly, maybe bouncing around in your 50s and 60s. You don't have no problems. You can move around. Some of y'all got kids. You can move around with your kids and your kids got all this energy. You can keep up with them. But if you got all this weight, you're always tired, you don't have no strength, your quality of life will suffer. All right. And so that's the second thing. All right. You still lift, right? But you also do cardio. A lot of people think cardio is like fat loss, but it's really overrated for fat loss, guys. Cardio is most important for just overall health benefits, heart health. Number one issue in America, heart disease, because everybody's sitting down all damn day. So you need to be moving. You need to be doing cardio, whether it's walking on the treadmill, doing the bike, doing the Stairmaster, whatever it is you like to do, but you need to do it. Brain health. If you notice that you have brain fog all the time, you're always feeling mentally exhausted, not even physically, but just mentally exhausted. And a lot of times, what I've experienced, when I feel mentally exhausted, it makes me feel physically exhausted when I ain't did shit. And so you got to make sure you take care of your mental. A lot of folks be having mental health challenges. I'm not going to say in all cases, but a lot of folks be having mental health challenges because you're not taking care of yourself. Some of y'all ain't stepped in the gym in months. Like, how the hell you think your body go feel and your brain go feel if you ain't hit the gym in months? Not to mention years. I'll be tired as hell too. I'll be depressed and having falling in the ruts all the time too if I'm not moving, because our bodies are made to move. All right? And so that's number 2. Number 3, we talking about losing weight here. We talking about dropping your next 50 pounds, right? A lot of people think it's just all meal plan workout. And this is why a lot of people struggle for years. They start, stop, fall off, gain the weight back. Start, fall off, gain the weight back. Over and over and over again. The reason this happens is because of your environment. Okay? This is why this happens. It's very simple. I want y'all to think about it this way. I mean, when I was growing up, I grew up in humble beginnings. You know, it was kids out there. You know, they was slinging. You know, they was robbing, doing all kind of crazy shit. And as a kid, I realized, man, if I go start hanging out with them, you know, even though they got the nice little clothes on and everything, man, it's a chance I'm gonna do something dumb, and I might mess around and get my ass whooped. My parents kick my ass, and then as I get older, I might end up getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? Because of my environment. And so even kids understand I need to hang out with a certain crowd of people if I want to be able to be successful. In school, you know, I was hanging out with folks who were smarter than my ass, because I was like, shit, I don't want to be flunking out of school, so I'm hanging out with folks who are smarter than me. You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of folks, in terms of losing weight, they hanging around folks who still want to be okay. They okay with being overweight. They okay with eating junk food all day, eating pizza every other day. They okay with drinking alcohol all the time. And what is that doing for your mindset? That's saying to you, well, shit, man, it ain't that bad. You can eat that junk food, man. It's the weekend, man. You can celebrate being fat with that, man. It's the weekend. And so you go overboard with them because that's what they know. They not trying to get in shape and lose weight and be healthy. They're not what they trying to do. And so it makes it so much easier for you to fall back into old habits because you're not hanging around people who have a higher standard of living with their habits and routines of exercising on a weekly basis, eating healthy as a lifestyle, not just eating healthy to lose weight. Like, guys, when you start hanging around people who it's a lifestyle for them, it don't sound like you bragging when you talk about you about to go work out. It don't sound like you bragging when you're like, boy, man, I ate this. I ate a salmon salad. I ate this salmon and, you know, or my New York strip steak with some asparagus. People who not doing those things, it's going to sound like you bragging. And so it's going to be repulsive. They be like, okay, why you telling me that? You think you better than us or something? But when you're in the right environment, they're going to encourage you. They're going to empower you. They're going to hold you accountable. They're going to support you. They're going to motivate you. You find people that you motivate each other. You see what I'm saying? This is why I have the community inside my coaching program called the Lions Den. We be sharing the foods we're eating. We be posting photos when we're working out and stuff like that. You see, we can see when each person works out and hits like a personal best with the amount of weight they're lifting. It's a growth environment. Like, how can you fail when you're in that type of environment? That's why I said to myself, even as a kid, I was like, shit, I'm not going to flunk out of school if I hang out with the smart kids. Because they going to teach me how to study. I didn't know how to study when I was hanging out with the cool kids who just sit in the back and don't say nothing. But when I started moving up in the desk, and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And start building relationships with the real smart kids. Shit, they were like, oh, yeah, I study at this time, and I do it like this. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I learned better habits from rubbing shoulders with the smart kids. That's how I got through high school and then got through Georgia State University. Because Lord knows, if I didn't build healthy relationships in college, I definitely would have flunked out. So you had to study at Georgia State or else you was going to flunk out. There's just no way possible you getting through that without studying. But anyway, your environment, okay? Very, very important. Last thing, if you want to lose weight and keep it off, guys, this is by far one of the most important things. Because people know, like a lot of y'all follow me, man, y'all smart. Y'all ain't dumb. Y'all ain't no dumbasses. And so I know y'all understand the importance of eating healthy. Some of y'all, you just may not have that awareness of knowing that you got to eat the right amount of food, but your ass go learn if you keep on listening to my content. But here's the thing. We understand the calories. We understand that we got to eat healthy. We understand we got to work out. But you could be doing all these things and still not get results and keep them. And the reason why that happens to a lot of people is because you don't understand the right habits and routines to having your life to be able to lose the weight and keep it off. Some people work out 5 days a week, but let's say you can only work out 3. Some people, they can eat 3 meals a day. Some people, they might be so damn busy, they can only eat 2 and maybe a snack or 2. And so you got to understand what routines and what habits are going to support your lifestyle and your goals. And so that way, when you lose the weight, you can keep the weight off. Otherwise, if you stop the habits and routines that got you the results in the first place, you're going to lose the results. And that's what I see happen to so many people. Y'all you go from the detox diet, then you go from the smoothie diet, and then you go to the keto diet, then the Atkins diet, and you're like, damn, I just can't sustain this, man. I just fell off. I couldn't keep it up. It's because you're not focused on what habits and routines can you realistically sustain. And in some cases, guys, what you don't know, you just don't know. And this is why I always encourage people, man, get help. Even I have a coach, so I can get help. I understand, like, I actually just got off a call with my coach. I'm like, hey, what numbers do I need to be focused on right now? You see what I'm saying? What things do I need to be focused on right now? Just to get me back in alignment. And when you have this, man, it makes life so much easier. You're able to get results so much faster. Less stress, less headache, less feeling discouraged and frustrated, because you know what things you need to be focused on to get the results versus putting in all this time and effort. And you're like, damn, man, I feel like I should be a lot further along by now. What the hell going on here? And truthfully, everyone's journey is going to be different. But at the end of the day, wouldn't you like to know and have that peace of mind knowing that you're doing the right things versus not knowing, just hoping? That's stressful. That's stressful in itself. Just, damn, I'm putting in the work, but I don't even know if this is right. I hope it is. Who the hell want to live like that, man? That's stressful. But if you do these 4 things I just shared with you, you'll drop 50 plus pounds, right? And some of y'all who don't even have to drop 50 pounds, you 25, 30. But you have to do these things, okay? If you want to be able to lose weight and keep it off and be healthy. Now, guys, it's folks out here, they ain't even extremely overweight, but they still have diabetes, heart disease, sleep, because they're not taking care of themselves. They're not focused on the wellness side of it. And so I'm not just a coach out here just like, hey, man, let's lose this weight so I can get your transformation. No, I want you to be healthy so you can be around for the people you love and care about too. We go get them transformation. But shit, I want you to feel good. I want you to be able to really enjoy life. But you can't do that if you're not understanding what habits and routines you need to have in place to make that a reality. All right? But anyway, hopefully y'all found this podcast helpful. We out of here. Let go. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.